Welcome to KKM episode 18. Hi, hi, os. Hey, wait a minute. What happened to my hair? Hi, os, konnichiwa. Wait a minute. I feel different. What is this madness that's going on? Hey there, os, konnichiwa. Welcome back. It's time for imagining kanji images. Shall we begin? KKM. KKM means Karate Kanji Madness. Episode number 18. Tekki. This is Karate Kanji Madness with me, Sensei Ray Snyder. Episode number 18 is learning to recognize Tekki, the kanji for Tekki. In these Karate Kanji Madness lessons, the subject of stroke order is not discussed. The attempt here is only to make the kanji images more recognizable and to do it in a fun way, especially to martial arts students who are particularly interested in Japan. Note: learning how to correctly write the stroke order of kanji is a whole separate area of study. It's important. It involves knowing the correct direction and order, but you can find many videos and articles online to teach you stroke order if you are interested. Note: I'm a gaijin. I'm a foreigner. I'm a non-native person. I'm an outsider. The word is composed of two kanji, being gai, which means outside, and jin, which means person. I love Japan, I love its people, but I'm not Japanese and I never will be. I understand that. That's okay. That's fine. I appreciate Japan. I appreciate its people and its culture. Learning kanjis. If you were not born in Japan, you are probably not taught in school by repetition, requiring that you write out hundreds of kanji over and over again individually until you remembered them. But what if you're just interested in learning some of the most common karate kanji? What are your options to learn? Note: this is the kanji in this cartoon for sheep that's being written over and over. Let's start this episode with metal. Here is a kanji symbol for metal or gold. Again, this is the kanji for gold or money or metal. For this episode, we'll be looking at iron and how to remember it. There's two kanji combined together here for the word iron. Metal, you'll notice, is part of this two-part kanji. It's on the left side. Notice that different metals have different kanji, but each one includes the image for metal. So on the top is iron. Next is silver. Here's an example of copper. Here's an example of lead. Now, let's put together these components from the two kanji into a fun character cartoon that we can hopefully remember. So on the left, imagine a broad horizon, mountain, hills, and underneath, hidden in the ground, are two nuggets of gold, metal, gold. Look at the dark black lines that are hinting at what the kanji looks like down in the lower right-hand corner in yellow for gold or money. Looking at the right, this has been kind of expanded to show a covering, not exactly a roof, and then under it is the symbol for earth, and then for treasure. Cover, ground, treasure. Or another way of looking at this, imagine a roof and a very wealthy king. He's got money falling out of his pockets. Look at the kanji to the right, again for metal, gold, and look at the roof on the left. Look at the center representing the body and crown of the king, and then the money falling out of his pockets. Expanding on that, roof and cover, the king and the jewel or the wealth or the treasure. So this kanji again means metal or gold. Next part, imagine an archer. He's pulling way back a bow. You can see the tension in it, getting ready to let it go. Try to look at the outline of him and then the kanji on the right so that you get an image in your mind for this. Meaning of this kanji is to lose, to miss a change, an opportunity, to concede, to lose a loved one. Multiple meanings. But when these two kanji are combined together, and they're called tesu, which is iron. Now we'll continue on. Uma for horse. Think about an iron horse. Another view of an iron horse. Think of that horse, Uma, and start to see how the kanji represents the shape of it. You can see the four lines on the bottom. Think of the four individual legs. The long swooping part of the kanji on the far bottom right for the tail. And then up, you can kind of see the head and the main back. So looking at the right, here is the kanji, which means horse. Here's an image for horse. Again, this kanji means horse. Now, here's a very odd cartoon to remember. Here's this guy surfing on some kind of a board. He's gone up over a hill. You look at the right, the kanji. See the guy with his arms spread wide, just like the surfer, trying to keep his balance, going over the culvert, and that little hook kind of representing the wheel for the motion. You got person and you got opening, which is the culvert. But what this kanji means is unusual or odd or possible or able or worthy. When these two kanji are combined together, they're called ki. Ki is interpreted as meaning to ride on a horse, equestrian, or knight. So put those two cartoons together, the horse, the surfer, land surfer, I guess I call him, and that's ki. So you add all four of these kanji together, and it reads as iron horse. Here are the cartoons I've prepared for you. Tesu and Ki turns out to be Tekki. In karate, there are three Tekki katas. First is Tekki Shodan, the second is Tekki Nidan, the third is Tekki Sandan. This episode 18, what's in the oval colored shaded area, is the kanji that you've been presented for Tekki. We didn't talk about what's on the right. On the right, if you want to learn about it, you can see episode number 7, which is called Aeon, to learn how to write Shodan, Nidan, and Sandan. I'd like to give you my perspective about Tekki. I created this presentation and many others to go onto YouTube and to also be found in my website for KKM. I teach martial arts, but I enjoy as a hobby studying kanji. This episode, number 18, has been about Iron Horse. The 3 Tekki katas are performed in a horse stance. Is that just a coincidence that Iron Horse has horse stances in it? A horse stance is called kibadashi. And here's the kanji for a horse stance. Do you recognize any of the kanji from this lesson 18? Look carefully. You should be able to identify a couple of them. In a horse stance, both feet are kept wide and parallel. A student must keep their weight low and very stable. A student's back must be straight, not be bent over. It's a very strong stance to develop. When performing the Tekki katas, a student should imagine fighting with their back either against a wall or on a narrow path where there's bushes or other obstacles that are in the way, and they can only move from side to side. Here's a cartoon I drew of kibadashi, going from standing, dropping down into a strong horse stance. And notice the foot pattern. Iron Horse. I included in this episode 18 3 images for Tekki Shodan, and I won't read them all to you right now, but I'll kind of pause here and you can see, starting on the right side, looking to the left, and the motions and a description of each one for this first Tekki kata. And if you want, you can stop or pause this or print it out and show continuing motions that I'm calling 11 through 20. And then finally, the third image in this set for Tekki Shodan to conclude it. Here's an idea for a t-shirt for Iron Horse. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Presenting a lesson gives me an opportunity to research kanji and to present information which is interesting to me, and I hope to you also. Look for other lessons. Your support is motivating to me to help me create more. See the KKM website for more information. Matane, see you. This is the end of episode 18. Note, see the KKM website for more information and details. That's www.kkmkarate.com.